Hey, what's up, you guys? I know this isn't my official channel yet. I haven't really been posting or anything, but I'm in the process of trying to get my own channel. Excuse my nose ring. It's kind of, I don't know. It's retarded right now. Excuse this bump. I look a mess, but whatever. So, I wanted to give you guys a story time or whatever on. I want to give you guys a story time on the time that I had two other girls in my bed. So, it was around the summertime of last year, somewhere around in the middle of like, I think June, somewhere, yeah, somewhere like around June, I'm thinking, or July. One of them, I think it was somewhere between that or August. It was hot as hell. I had just got my first apartment. And the reason why I wasn't really staying there like talking about is because I was having problems with my maintenance. They didn't want to come fix my air. And it was like 100 and some degrees in my apartment, and I didn't have no fan, no air conditioner, anything. They did not want to work with me, but that's another story time, girl. So, it was hot, and my boyfriend at the time had asked could he get my key because he worked right down the street from where I was living at my apartments. And so I was like, yeah, that's fine, I guess. Why you want to be there without me? Because the times that I was staying there when it was like cool or whatever, I would go there whenever I wanted to be alone. Sometimes he didn't want to come. Sometimes he didn't want to spend the night. So it was weird because we had just had a conversation, and we had talked or whatever, and it was a weird conversation. He had got into it with his mom or whatever. He was staying with his mom at the time, and it was weird because I was like, okay, you walked off or whatever. Um, are you going home? And I went there, I knocked on the door, didn't nobody come to the door, so I'm walking back. Excuse me. I was like, okay, where you going? He was like, I'm going back to the apartment. And I was like, okay, well, let me stay on the phone with you. And he was like, nah, I don't want to, excuse my child. He was like, nah, I don't want to, walk and be on the phone at the same time. I'm already tired or something or another. I think he was riding a bike. I don't know. One of the two. So, I was like, okay, whatever. And I was at home, so I was just went back to doing whatever I was doing at home. And so after that, I'm like, okay, it's been a while. Why he ain't called me? So I called him and I was like, "What you doing? Why you ain't called me?" And he was like, I don't like to be on the phone when my phone charging." Which is a lie because we used to go to sleep on the phone all the time. While his phone was on charge, we would be talking. So I was like, I started getting this weird feeling in my gut, like something is wrong. So, so, um, I ended up hanging up because I got pissed off. And he texted me. He was like, "Are you coming over? Are you coming?" And I didn't say nothing because I wanted to pop up on him. Like I just wanted to like sneak up on him to see, what was going on because he always cheated on me like all the time. Like he would always cheat on me, and it kind of made me like very insecure, which is another story time too. So what ended up happening was I didn't text back. He was like, "Hello, are you coming?" And I didn't respond. So like a day after, I'm not sure what happened. I think after that he ended up going back home and we just talked on the phone like nothing happened or whatever. And I was like, in my head I wanted to like pop up on him, but then something in me was like he's cheating because I get this gut feeling. A woman's intuition is never wrong. Women don't ignore your intuition because it's real. It ain't fake. So something in me just knew he was cheating. And so, huh? And so I just didn't do it. I didn't even go. I'm dumb for not going, but my auntie, she drives me whatever because I didn't have my license at the time. So she would always have a badass attitude about, taking me somewhere or wherever I wanted to go. She never really wanted to take me. So I was like, I'm not even finna worry with my auntie. I'm just gonna stay at home and ignore it. So the next day or whatever, I had to go to my apartment to get something for some event I had going on or something. So he was in the car with me. I don't know where we was going, what we was doing. I can't remember. I think we was coming from the store or getting food or something. But I went to my apartment, and when I went in my apartment, something was not right. I looked and I'm like, what's this doing on the floor? Like, why is all this like stuff on the floor? I went to my room and it was like a bunch of cups with drink and stuff in it, like 3, 4 water bottles all over the room. It was cups in my other. I had a 3 bedroom apartment, and so it was cups in my other room, and I'm like, what's going on? I look in my closet. I seen the sheet that I slept on in my thrown in my closet. All of my clothes were in my bedroom closet. I had a closet in the hall. I had 2 closets in the hallway, and I had a closet in my bedroom. So I went in my bedroom, and all of my clothes was just thrown in there, like stuffed up in there. My shoes, everything that lets you know was a woman lived there was stuffed in the closet. All my clean clothes was my dirty clothes. My bed was half hanging halfway off of the box spring. Sheets was messed up. I'm like, it was water bottles like all over. I'm like, what the was going on here? Like I went the fuck off. Like I'm like, what's going on here? And he ran up in there. He looked under the bed for something, and he ran out, and I was like, what the hell is going on? Why my house look like this? He was like, that's the last time I'm cleaning up for you. Where to clean it up at? Because all I see is you threw all of my clothes in the closet. And I'm looking at him like, what is going on? Like, what did you do? And he told me something, well, oh, you know that the maintenance people, they come up in here and your door be unlocked and they become. I'm like, no, nah. My maintenance team is shitty at this apartment, but I know for a fact that they wouldn't sit up in here and do no shit like this. Come on now. So I didn't think clearly to look at my bathroom, but coming to that later. So me and him got into a whole argument or whatever because excuse me, my child's irritating. Okay, so we got into an argument because I knew he was lying. Like all my stuff was all over the house, and I have to have inspections there. Like you get inspected, you get 3 strikes, you out, so called. That's another story time. So what ended up happening is after that, I felt like me and him, was kind of on the like on bad terms at the time, and I felt like, you know, um, something was right. So I was like, well, either we're gonna have to get counseling or we breaking up, and I'm done with you because I know that you've been cheating on me. I know something's going on. So he the type that he could kind of talk his way out of stuff, but at the same time, he the type that snitch on himself. So anyway, well, I wanted to wait before I get to that part. So before we get to the counseling section of the situation, I had went to my apartment because my sister and her girlfriend at the time, they really didn't have nowhere to stay. So I talked to my main office to give me an air conditioner. So while they was putting the air conditioner in or whatever in the window, they only gave me one, by the way. I had a 3 bedroom apartment, so only one part of my house in the living room was cool on one side. So anyway, we all had spent the night there or whatever because I just didn't want to talk to him at the time. Like I was pissed off, I was mad or whatever, and I was like, let me stay, go to my apartment to get away. So this was around the time graduations were happening. So I would probably say somewhere, I can't remember, but it was the summertime. So what ended up happening is we had went to my apartment, my sister and her girlfriend and everybody. So I just so happened to go into the bathroom after my sister girlfriend came out the bathroom. I went up in there to get some. I was cleaning up because my house was a mess from him. But anyway, so I ended up going to the bathroom and something say, look behind your toilet. Look behind the toilet. So I found the charger and I was like, oh, this must be somebody's Android charger because I have an iPhone. So, and I looked again and it's some panties behind my toilet. And they was stanky. They stunk. I was like, why my bathroom smell like this? Because my daughter had just came out the bathroom too before my sister girlfriend went in. And so after that, I was like, what's that smell? And I look and the panties was dirty. They was stinky. They stunk. They smelled like dirty sex. I know what sex. I see. I'm way past 21, honey. So I know what sex smell like. I know what dirty sex smells like. And so I see it, and I'm like, no, this motherfucker did it. I was so furious, like I was so mad. All I could see was red, and at the same time, I was hurting, like this sick feeling, like how could he do this to me, you know? And I look at my sink, and it's a Summer's Eve bottle in my sink, and I'm like, I done been in this bathroom numerous of times. How could I not see this, you know? And I was like, I know it ain't mine because I'm a big girl, honey. And those panties were small. And I knew they weren't my daughter's underwear because I know what kind of underwear my children had. And she the only daughter. I have two boys and one girl. So I know how, excuse me, I keep doing that, keep wobbling. But I know how, kids' underwear look. So these were women underwear. I seen a brush that wasn't mine. It was small, so she had to be bald. I'm sorry, but not sorry. Okay. Um, I'm fixing it, JJ. But so I was mad and I seen the Summer's Eve can. I'm like, babe, I don't use the Summers and the Eves, okay? No offense to people that do, but I don't use that. I don't have to use that. And I know it wasn't mine. So I couldn't talk to him because I think he was at work at the time. So no, he wasn't at work. He was finna go to one of his family members' graduation. So I didn't text him. I didn't say anything to him. But afterwards, oh baby, I got in that ass. I called him. I'm like, who you had in my apartment? Who panties you had up in my house? And he was like, well, they probably would Chelsea had a girl up in there or something. I was like, no, my sister no. My sister ain't did no stuff like that because I didn't leave my sister in my apartment by herself. I've been here the whole time. She works. She's a delivery driver. So she was gone most of the time. So I know that, don't do that. I know that it wasn't nobody that she dealt with because they don't do no stuff like that. And I thought back and I was like, this was a couple days ago when I let you see my apartment key. So he came to my apartment and I was like, so what is this? And I let him see him. He saw him when he first walked in. And he was like, and then he got mad and tried to leave out the door. And I'm like, no, what you leaving for? What you leaving for? Like, don't run now. Like, what's going on? What did you do? So he didn't want to tell me. He claimed that he didn't do it. And he went into my daughter's bedroom and locked the door. And I'm like, let me in. Why you lock the door? Or whatever. He didn't want to tell me. I'm sitting down trying to talk to him. I'm like, bro, why you ain't talking to me? Why you ain't saying nothing? And he didn't want to say nothing. I'm like, you know what? Whatever. Get out. Get out my house. So he ended up leaving or whatever. And I just didn't talk to him for a while. Like, for a while. Because like that pissed me off, like, So I would say probably about a month or two later, he had got this new job or whatever. and he was talking to me while he was working, and I was like, we're gonna have to get some counseling, sir, because if I'm gonna be with you, I need you to be honest with me. I can't handle you lying to me and doing all this to me. So we had our first counseling session, and it was the beginning of it, and like she wanted us to talk about what's hurting, what is hindering us from going to the next level in our relationship, like what am I focused on in the past and what am I looking at now in the future and all that stuff. So he was scared because our counselor was his family member, and she's the only one who can actually look and tell and know when he lying. Besides me, I know when he lied too, but she the only one that really gets through to him. She took care of him, so she kind of was the only one that could really get out of him what needs to be gotten out of. And he was scared of that because he didn't want nobody to see the secrets that he had hidden inside of him. So when we talked on the phone, he was like, okay, well, I need to go ahead and get this off my chest. I'm going to go and tell you now, whatever, whatever. Because we had just started back conversating with each other, and I was so numb. Like, I couldn't cry no more. I couldn't, be mad anymore. Like, all I could feel was nothing, like nothingness. And so he was like, well, I'm gonna talk to you since you this way now. You're not emotional no more. You're not this, you're not that. Like, he hate that I'm an emotional person, but I can't help that. So he wanted me to be somebody different, and I ended up, trying to change myself for him. So he was like, well, let me get this off of my chest now. He was like, I had two different girls in your apartment. It wasn't one girl, and it wasn't my homeboy that had sex with her. It was me. It was two different girls. I'm like, who? I'm like, who? Tell me who. He would not tell me who. And so he still haven't told me who to this day. And that was like a year ago. Well, almost 2 years ago. So he was like, it was two different girls. I don't know why she left her panties, but it was two different females that I had in the apartment. And when I first started working at the job that he had worked at the time, he was like, when I had first started working here, I was dating this lady. She was an older lady. I'm like, when did you start dating older females? Like, that ain't never been you. So he told me he was dating a girl that worked up there. She ended up getting fired because I guess they found out about her sleeping around with him or whatever. He claimed to have had sex. I don't believe it. I think they did. That kind of stuff. Y'all gotta excuse me because like the stuff still gets me because me and him had been together for like 5 or 6 years. We known each other since high school. We became best friends in high school. Like, we was always friends. We were very close to each other, and we both grew up with each other. Like, we knew everything about each other. Like, and it kind of hurts because he has this hold on me that I can't release. Like, even to this day, I can't release the feelings that I have for him. I can't let go of him. I still can't. But he dated a lady up there. I come to find out he was dating the boss that hired me up there because I started working up there with him. He actually helped me get the job because he was so close with the boss. Found out he was dating her too. I think they was having sex too. It was a white girl up there. Excuse me to my white people because I love y'all, okay? I'm tell y'all now I'm mixed, okay? But he was messing around with her too. I was working beside the girl. But he told me about the two girls he had in my apartment. He still didn't tell me who they were, like none of that. He claimed that he slept with her up in my son's room. My son's room didn't have a bed at the time because I had just moved in. But I think they was in my bed because my bed wouldn't have looked like that. So, like, it still hurts because I didn't get an apology for that. I didn't get anything for that, like, nothing. But, that was like 2 years ago. I had kind of stopped talking to him for a while, and then we got back together and all that or whatever. But um, when a person gets something that they never had before, some people can't handle it. Some people can't handle, you know, the amount of money that they first started getting. Some people can't handle getting a car when they never had one before, when they used to have to walk everywhere. So he kind of changed up on me. Like, he turned into a person that I didn't know, and I hated that about him. Even before he got his car, he started working, and the amount of money that he started getting, it changed him. Like, he wasn't the same person no more. He wasn't humble, and I didn't like that about him. Get that off your shoulder, little boy. We have a son together. He's 2, finna be 3. But that's another story time too. Okay, talk about a lot of mess, a lot of drama. But he started changing, so I left him. I broke up with him, and honestly, I kind of regret it, but at the same time, I don't, because who want to be treated like that? Female, women, girls, teenagers, men, even don't let a person do you like that, because that ain't love. That's not love at all. That's not what love look like. Um, but at the same time, I do miss him, because he was my best friend. We did everything together. I still love him to this day. I love him, even though all the stuff that he did to me, I can't really get over. I don't know if I ever will, but that's something that I can't get over. Um, I still love him though. But yeah, this is my story time. If y'all not subscribed, please subscribe. I'm trying to work on my channel. I'm trying to get consistent now, because this is something that I really want to do. And subscribe, hit the notification bell, because I will be uploading now. I'm still trying to get on the payroll for YouTube. Okay, trying to need a coins, but even if not, like, this is like a diary for me too. So please subscribe, you guys, and follow me on my social media. I'll be putting it's gonna be my YouTube name. Just put it in anything. You'll find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I'm very more active on Facebook and Snapchat. So y'all follow me, you guys. I will be uploading more. Peace.